So is this the end for Cristiano Ronaldo at Manchester United? It feels that way, but we've said that before this year in the summer. Obviously, when he didn't turn up for pre-season training, didn't go on the summer tour, we felt that was the end then. Didn't get his move. He's had a couple of incidents where he's left the ground early, with Erik ten Hag has come out and said it's unacceptable, walked off the pitch, didn't want to play as a sub against Tottenham recently. So there's been a culmination of situations with Ronaldo where he's showing indiscipline and a general lack of respect for Man United, his teammates and the manager. I think the interview with Piers Morgan, when he basically said that he feels betrayed by the club, he has no respect for Erik ten Hag. I think that is pretty low. That's as far as you can go, really, in the sense that, when you question your manager and the club, you're basically saying that I don't want to be here. We know he doesn't want to be here, but this to me sounds like the desperate last act of a desperate man, because we know Ronaldo wants to leave, but he's been available, as we said recently, that he's been available on a free transfer in the summer. So nobody wants him. There's no takers for Cristiano Ronaldo. They think that he's at 38 in February. Is he too old to be given that sort of wage of £500,000 a week? He doesn't do the business on the pitch anymore. I think they're telling the sad thing about what happened on Sunday night with Ronaldo's interview is that it came hours after Man United sealed a dramatic 2-1 win at Fulham without him. They played without him at Fulham and won. They played against Aston Villa without him in the midweek and won. When he played at Villa in the league a week ago, they lost. So Ronaldo is no longer the central part of Man United. He's no longer as important as he was. I don't think he can accept that. So he's making all this noise, he's creating all this fuss around him that he wants to be the centre of attention still. But he can't be. He isn't performing well enough to do that. So I'm not surprised that he's taken this step, because Ronaldo, as we know, he's always operated a bit differently. But with the World Cup coming up this week, he has a chance now to show the world that he can still perform at the highest level with Portugal, and that might get him a move in the January window. But United have maintained all along that he's available to go. Privately, publicly they'll say that he's part of the plans, but behind the scenes we know that Ronaldo is available, but they haven't been able to find a buyer, a taker, somebody to take him on loan. So what happens next? Well, they'll hope he does well in the World Cup, because that way a club in the Champions League maybe wants to take a guy that can score goals. He used to be able to score goals. And maybe a team in MLS, in Qatar, in Saudi Arabia, where the money is, but he doesn't have many options. And I think that is where Ronaldo's at right now. He's giving these interviews to complain about the club, to complain about his treatment, when the reality is that he hasn't really earned the right anymore this season to be in the team. He did say some things that are probably right. The club has stood still in the last 10 years since Ferguson left. We know that. He's complained about the facility of the training ground. The stadium isn't what it was. They haven't invested, the club, the Glazers, in the infrastructure of the club for 10 years. So Ronaldo's right there, but they're little bits of detail. They're not the big picture. The big picture is that Man United finally, after 10 years, seem to be moving forward under Erik ten Hag. They've got a coach who seems to know what he's doing, and he's been strong enough to take on Ronaldo. And Ronaldo doesn't like it. He doesn't like the fact that he's no longer the main guy, the guy that's centre of attention, that can click his fingers and everything happens. So, like I say, desperate act of a desperate man. He wants to get away. United want him out, but all he needs now is somebody to find him somewhere to go.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.